What's up? What's up? It's your boy DMR. Uh, I'm not gonna be that long today, y'all. Um, I want to talk about the rap, the rap era. Like I said earlier, I want to talk about the golden age of rap in my generation, from 1986, 1985, 1986 to present. I don't have that much time. I got about hopefully 30 minutes. But anyway, I want to talk about the evolution of rap, and I wanted to talk about this current drill situation, how things change. Then I'm going to talk about Chicago, and I'm going to talk about a few Chicago artists that I like. But anyway, I'm going to start off with the golden age of rap was in my era in 1986 to present. But the dates was to 1986, the golden age of rap, to 1996 and 1997 when Biggie and Pac was still here. Now, starting off, 1986 is a good year. Well, 1983 started off with Run DMC, Sucker MCs. Run DMC was, I think, one of the best groups of all time. I think they're first. They put everything on the map, as far as I'm concerned. Before them, you had Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. I'm talking about Run DMC had hits like Hard Times. You know, it's like that. That's the way it is. You're Blind, King of Rock, Rockbox. I mean, Run DMC, Sucker MCs was my all-time song. Sucker MCs are 2 years ago. A friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhymes, so I said these rhymes I'm about to say. He took it this way. Dave cut the record down to the bone, and now they got me rocking on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? That's my all-time great song. Now, fast forward, LL Cool J. He came out, 85, 86. Public Enemy, Run DMC, Eric B. and Rakim. Now, when Eric B. and Rakim came out, that song, Eric B. for President, I came in the door, said it before, I never let the mic magnetize me no more. That song was an all-time great. So now you got Sucker MCs, you got Eric B. for President, LL Cool J, Rock the Bells, I Need Love, you know, Jack the Ripper, UTFO, Roxanne, Houdini, Friends, how many of you have them, right? Okay. The Fat Boys, you know we're down by law, Fat Boys. You can't forget the Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. You can't forget them. You can't forget MC Lyte, Paper Thin, MC Lyte, Roughneck, MC Lyte, Poor Georgie, MC Lyte, Survival of the Fittest, Salt and Pepper, I'll Take Your Man. You see what I'm saying? Things like this, right? So that's the golden age of hip hop. Now, 1989 is a important year. 1989 was a very racial year for Black America. In Brooklyn, you had the Michael Stewart, Yusuf Hawkins incident that I was like around 17, 18 at the time. I'm sorry to tell my age. That's when Fight the Power came out. And Al Sharpton and them was up in Brooklyn protesting, and the whole nine, and Bensonhurst, the Italian mafia's sons was involved, nephews, and all like that shit. But at that time, you had Fight the Power with Public Enemy. Now, Public Enemy was strong from 1987 up until 1991, 92. Then came a strong, then there came a strong phenomenon happened. And it was called gangster rap. It was called NWA. This is the switch, y'all. So you come up from Fight the Power to NWA. Niggas with attitudes. Dope Man. I mean, it was so many songs that NWA said, and they had you thinking. But they came with a conscience, but they didn't come with a conscience with PE, but they was showing you from the street thing. Then came the Dope Man joint. Then the street thing came involved, right? Now, mind you, it was many gangsters on the street, but none of them really got into the rap game. It was always the rappers trying to be like the gangsters. But in NWA, there was one gangster in that group, and it was Eazy-E. He was the only gangster. All them other guys was talking. They was talking. Fast forward, their kids was going to private schools. Their kids didn't go to no public schools like us. You know, their kids went to private schools. They had mansions. They grew up in mansions. They had a spoon in their mouth, right? Now, NWA was a phenomenon. You know, then after NWA, you had other groups came along. Then it was in 1993, it was a phenomenon. In 1994, he didn't have a very long rap career. It was this individual named Tupac Amaru Shakur. Biggie came out. I was up in Brooklyn, New York, hanging out with my friend up in Bed-Stuy, Putnam Avenue, Putnam and Broadway. I used to chill with my boy. I'm not going to say his name. And I was going down Jersey Turnpike, coming from New York, coming to the state that I'm in, going south, right? And I heard this young man named Biggie, and I was driving my car. I would never forget. I was driving my car, and I was bumping. I forgot that song. The first song he ever did. It was called "I Had a Dream." I used to Word Up Something magazine. I forgot the name of that song, but that's the first song he made, and I remember that because I was coming down Jersey Turnpike. That was the first time I ever heard Biggie. And I heard it in New York. Then Tupac came out before him, but Pac was always an actor. He was in this movie with Shock G, who was Humpty Hump. Shock G put Tupac on. And Shock G gave Tupac his airtime, had his mixtape. He said, you know what, I'm going to put you on, Pac. Now, prior to Tupac being a rapper, Tupac's family was in the Black Panther Party for self-defense. An organization that started out in Oakland, California in 1966. The Black Panthers was started because of the death of Malcolm X. There was a self-defense organization from the outstart. I'm not going to go into the details. Tupac had a family of revolutionaries. Now, mind you, Tupac was not a gangster. He was a revolutionary. I want you to understand that. Tupac Amaru Shakur was not a gangster. His street, because of the situation of the Panthers breaking up and all the stuff that happened after the federal government destroyed the Panthers, then some of the people got strung out on drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. Okay, and he probably was in the street then. He probably was growing up all that when he was up in New York. Then he went to Baltimore. Then he went to Marin County, Oakland, California. That's where he started to rap at. And he had a lot of support out in Oakland. That's when the Oakland police brutalized Tupac and that revolutionary came out. Brenda had a baby. Okay. The song he did called Ballad of a Dead Soldier. Listen to that song, Ballad of a Dead Soldier, right? Now, all these songs was revolutionary songs. Now, that was 1996. 1994, 95. Tupac got jammed up for some accusation that he raped somebody, which is bullshit, is BS. That he raped somebody. I ain't say the way I say grape. He went through his ordeal, served his time, he got out. Now, when Tupac got out of jail, that's when he started this gangster stuff. I can't talk about it because I ain't no gangster and I don't know no gangsters in that field, so I'm not going to indulge in something I don't know. I stay out that fact. And so now, that was 96. You don't hear too much about, you hear about Dr. Dre when he did his Chronic album in the early 90s, and I was a fan of Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's song Chronic, F the Police, I love them songs. I used to bump them songs. I went from conscious to gangster. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to bang that shit all the time, right? I remember I was in the car one time and this cop pulled up and I'm jamming, fuck the police, you know what I mean? So, 1996, Tupac get assassinated. I remember that day. I was sad. I was like, damn, Pac died. Then the next year, Biggie, got assassinated. You got two giants that I think would have been multi-billionaires by now. Both of them was from the hood, from the street. Tupac was from the street. His family was from the street. All of them was from the street. Biggie was from the hood, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. People don't know Tupac was from Harlem, but he was in Baltimore, then he was Marin County and like all that. Okay, so fast forward, 99, the rap game was kind of, they had Snoop Dogg, they had people coming out. You had certain artists. This guy named 50 Cent came out later. 50 Cent had songs. 50 Cent was a street dude from Jamaica, Queens. He'd been shot 9 times and all this and that. Then you have people like Benny Siegel from Philadelphia, which is a certified street cat. Beans ain't no joke. Beans put in work. Got his rap career going, So you got artists from Philly, New York. Now you got people from down south, right? Now, Chicago, I was in Chicago back in 1996, 1997. I remember I see the Capetta Green projects. I'll never forget. I was coming up that interstate, and we was coming from the Philadelphia area. And we took the blue route, and we goes up through Scranton, PA, Pittsburgh, Ohio, Indiana, then we hit Illinois, Chicago. And I was in downtown Chicago, and I would never forget, downtown Chicago was rough. I was in this area, I don't know where I was. Downtown Chicago looked like 52nd and Market in Philly. It was kind of rough around, I ain't gonna lie. So what happened was, I went to this event in Chicago. I'm not gonna get into it. And I never went into the hoods of Chicago. But I'm bringing up Chicago because they had this artist named Twista in Chicago. I used to hear his songs. His songs was okay. And they had this guy that was a poet named Malik. I forgot his name. Malik something. He was a good poet. So Chicago, the only thing I knew about Chicago was the gangs in Chicago. I used to hear about the GDs all the time, and the BDs, and the Blackstone Rangers, and the Vice Lords, and the Four Corner Hustlers. But I ain't never hear no rap until Kanye West. And Kanye West's story is important because Kanye's father was a Black Panther. Important. A lot of folks don't know that. So I'm giving y'all the evolution of rap, right? So now we go into the early 2000s. You used to hear about this guy named Twista in Chicago. You had Malik, I forgot his name. Malik, he was a poet, a slash activist. Strong brother, good brother. Now you come into 2008, 2009, 2007, 2010, 2011. And they got this thing called drill rap. This is where the game changed at. Again, I've never been in the hood in Chicago. I'm only going by people that I know from Chicago personally. And I'm getting my documents, people I know from Chicago that told me about Chicago and stuff I've seen on TV and documentaries and people that I know that have told me about Chicago. But with this drill thing is deep because these young men were in the street before they was rapping. Different than before. See, in my era, NWA wasn't street. They lived in the hood, but they wasn't involved like that. So they was talking something they wasn't doing. They was only talking something that they made you think they was doing, which was the drill rappers in Chicago was the reverse. We was in the street doing it before rap. King Von, I would get to King Von after a while, and Dirk after a while, and Chief Keef after a while. When this came around, I just heard about this drill rap recently. I didn't know what it was, right? But I've been hearing about these guys rapping in Chicago and the gangs, right? So I didn't know it's a connection. I didn't know that. So one day I was home on my phone and I was hearing about this guy on YouTube. It was talking about this guy named Vaughn, right? Something Vaughn, King Vaughn. I don't. So I keep hearing his name. So what I did was I punched in his name because I've been hearing this stuff about this dude Vaughn. Like, this dude was Michael Jackson. Vaughn this, Vaughn. I'm like, Vaughn, who is this dude named Vaughn, right? So this young man's name was King Vaughn. And I seen this negative stuff about him, talk about something about him being in jail, something happened, I don't know. And I kept hearing, so I hold him, man. So I was putting in my search engine about King Vaughn. So it pops up, King Vaughn died 4 years ago. Back then, I just found out about this drill rap 3 years ago. Well, last year. So I didn't know. I thought King Vaughn was alive. So I kept on looking at documentaries about King Vaughn here. And here's the thing, y'all. This is the thing that's different from my era and these young men. I'm going to call them young men because that's what they are. They're young men / warriors. And not only in Chicago, all over the country. Down south, we got Atlanta warriors. We got people in Chicago, they warriors. We got people in Philadelphia and New York. We got them all, even the spot I'm in. I'm not going to tell you all where I reside at. But down here, I'm not that far from Philadelphia myself. And there's some warriors here. So we all got warrior class in America. American Africans, right? So now, here's the thing. King Von, about his story, I like about King Von, and I'm not glorifying King Von's story. I'm just telling you about here's the rap. I'm still on this rap thing, my era up until now, this drill era, right? I'm just finding out about this stuff last year. This young man got a song called What It's Like. I want y'all to punch in King Von's song, What It's Like. Listen to what he was saying in his songs. This man was at the time, King Von was like 26. That was 4 or 5 years ago. May he rest in peace. He would have been 30 now. I'm gonna get to his sidekick, Little Dirk, next. I'm not going to touch on this gang thing because I don't know anything about the gang thing, and I'm not doing that. I don't know, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just saying about the rap, right? This young man came from the street. He's the fastest growing person that came out of Chicago rap in history. He even made it faster than Kanye West. He was he was in jail for something, and he got out in 2 years. He became a star. That's unheard of. Now, I want you to see the potential in that. Don't look at the person and the stuff he did. Look at his potential he did in 2 years. Look at the positive 2 years. All right. Unfortunately, the young man passed away. You know, he had an incident where it cost him his life. May King Von rest in peace, and all the other warriors that we lost on the street of Chicago and Philadelphia, New York, and all over the country down south, Louisiana, Atlanta, Memphis. May all of them brothers rest in peace. May we stop all this violence. Anyway, King Von got 3 songs I like. I like What It's Like, Ride, and How Do It Go. It's something like that where he was in jail speaking about people, they're in jail and they're going through the same experience, so fix your face. I mean, the young man was creative in his raps, man. Now, on the side of that drill sliding shit, I don't got nothing to do with the sliding, man. I'm gonna just tell you, I ain't no gangster. I'm from the street, but I ain't no gangster. I can relate to the street shit because I'm from the hood. Okay, but I ain't no gangster. I ain't gonna lie. Or, you know, sliding and all that, I ain't with all that. But I'm just saying, the young man was creative. Fast forward, Little Dirt. Hey, Little Dirt, you ain't a gangster no more, Aki. Aki, Assalamu alaikum, Aki. You ain't no gangster. You done got a Grammy. You done did something with J. Cole. You did something with Drake. All my life, you a superstar, bro. You a mega star. You not a gangster no more, Dirt. You not a gangster. And your song, Old Days, man, keep it up. I like that, Aki. I like that. But what I'm saying is this. Little Dirt kept it up. He kept it up. He's from a tough town, Chi-Town, allegedly called Chirac. And he made it out, man. That's a good thing. I think he got 5, 6 kids. Yo, man, you made it out, bro. You know, so salute to Little Dirt, Derek Banks, a.k.a. Little Dirt. And this is where the end comes with me explaining my story. It ends with Chicago. It started with Sucker MCs Run DMC with me. Well, no, it started with Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious 5. But the main song that I started out with rap with was Sucker MCs. When I heard Sucker MCs, I was done. Run was the best at that point. MCing, Run took the cake. Up until I just heard this young man, King Von. I've been listening to his raps for a year now. Some of the stuff, like I just said, y'all, that sliding thing, I can't get with it. All that gangster, all that gang banging thing, I can't get with it. But the rap, I can get with it. Because I'm from that era. I can talk about that era, golden age, because I'm from the golden age of rap. You know, the Coogee rap joint, you know, the MC Shan back in them days. I'm from that. And I'm not trying to tell my age. But I'm just saying, man, you young cats, man, keep it up, man. Y'all got talent, bro. And a lot of y'all guys, y'all from the streets of, whether you from the streets of Atlanta, Savannah, Memphis, Louisiana, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Wilmington, Delaware, Florida, Los Angeles, Dallas. No matter where you from in the hood, a lot of y'all rap guys got money. You got money. Think about that. You got 5 kids, right? But you got money. I want you to sink that in, Buka. You got money. You made it out the ghetto. You made it out the roach-infested apartment or house that you was in. You made it out of the apartment where you was smelling each other's feet all night. Your cousins staying in your same room. Y'all feeding each other's face. And that's so you smell his feet all night. I know. You come from a roach-infested apartment. Whether it be in O Block in Chicago, whether it be in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy, whether it be in Brownsville, whether it be in the east side of New York, whether it be in Wilmington, Delaware, Riverside, North Side, whether it be in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, Southwest, South Philly, the like Badlands in Philly, whether it be in the west side of Atlanta, West End, whether it be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the hood, whether it be in Watts in LA, Joy Down Projects, okay, whether it be in the Robert Taylor homes, if they still up in Chicago. So again, I'm just saying this, y'all. Y'all done made it to the top, man. Y'all got to get out, man. And all y'all cats that's aspiring rappers, take heed to my video. If you done made it out like Chief Keef and Dirk, stay out the hood, man. Whether you in any of these cities I named, y'all need to do better, man. Just get out the hood, man. Support your families, write your music. And I want to tell Little Dirk something. This is to Little, and if anyone sees this on YouTube, if you know like Dirk, show this to him. I know he don't probably see this stuff because he's a star now, so you know he has his own publicist. I want him to hear this very closely. Assalamu alaikum, Maki. Dirk Banks. Little Dirk. You're a superstar now, bro. You might want to think about this drill rap thing for you. It's over. This song, Old Days, is a new change in your life, bro. You might want to think about some acting at this point because that's where it's at. And this is for all you rappers that are mainstream. Y'all want to think about other things other than rap. This rap thing has its time appointed, man. It was good when y'all was in your late teens, 20s. Now, you 30, 31, 32, man. You need to take a page out of LL's book, Tupac's book, Queen Latifah's book, and all these rappers that turn actors, and 50 Cent's book. And somebody else that y'all got to take heed of. Mark Wahlberg. Mark and the Funky Bunch. You remember that? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Marky Mark's name is Mark Wahlberg. He's a top actor in Hollywood now. He started out as a rapper. So my advice to Little Derek Banks, change your course, bruh. It's about that time. With that being said, I want to thank y'all for listening to me talk about the golden age of rap up until drill. Again, I was talking about the golden age of rap to drill, meaning what I experienced from the first songs of the early days of golden age of rap, in my opinion, up until drill, meaning the King Von and the Little Durk situation that I just explained, where certain songs that they do, and I ain't gonna lie, Durk got some songs. It's about 6 songs, 7 songs by Durk I like. It's All Love, No Interviews. I mean, it's a few of them. All My Life. I mean, Old Days. Come on, man. It's hits after hits. So, you know, Chicago is back on the map as far as the rap game, man. And again, a lot of y'all cats making hits all over the country, especially down south. You know, down south then came up. The Midwest got the ball down. So again, y'all guys, just stay positive, man. I'm like for all positive rap. Even if it's drill, if it's some things y'all say about a message, about trying to uplift in your experiences in the street, I understand. You know, but all of that gangbanging thing, I just can't get with that, y'all. But I respect y'all young men for being creative. Your creativity. Keep up the good work. Again, it's your boy DMR. If you like my video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like my video, thank you for your view. With that being said, DMR back with another one. Peace.